Seriously, you needed a map to play this game. And I don't mean like, oh, better press pause and look at my map. Didn't work that way. I'm saying you needed like a roll of parchment. You needed to have this place mapped out, brick by brick, tree by tree, cave by cave. And if you didn't have one, you either made one or you tightened up your tunic and became one of those people. The ones who were brave enough to go it alone and lonely enough. They probably had very little to do. I've gone back to 3 NES games lately, inspired by the Wii U game NES Remix, and all on the Wii U's eShop. And they're games that you sort of take their greatness for granted. I mean, it's not like you'd need to have played Donkey Kong lately to know how great it is, or Donkey Kong Jr., or this one, The Legend of Zelda. But when you go back and actually play them, I mean, holy crap. It's not just that these games were great, and are great. It's that they broke ground in ways you can only fully appreciate when you play them again. Because even if you know these games by heart, they still manage to blow you away every single time you pick them up. Perhaps none more so than Zelda. The Legend of Zelda was released almost 30 years ago. And in video game years, that's an eternity. There aren't many games approaching their 30s that, in terms of size and design, can actually still impress you. Video games have come a long way since 1987, and yet this one feels as adventurous and creative and relevant as it ever has. It's not that Zelda was a masterpiece, it's still a masterpiece, and its world is still a place where, screen by screen, you can just get lost. Of course, that feeling was all the more impressive when it was released. The Legend of Zelda came to a world where video games, even the most ambitious video games, were pretty clear about what you were supposed to do. You were either scrolling to the right or clearing all the enemies. Not the case with Zelda. This was a game that, once you pressed start, you were legitimately on your own. And it made you apply real-life thinking to a video game. You had to remember things. You had to use logic. When you faced a problem in Hyrule, chances were you could solve it the same way you would on Earth. Room's dark, hey, what about that candle I found? You know, I bet I could use it to burn down bushes too. And so, along with games like Metroid, Nintendo was taking video games into a much more complex direction. But this was a massive world, just overrun by evil, or its people are hiding in caves. And if you want to defeat that evil, you have to talk to the right people and find the right tools. And that was a far cry from earlier NES games, which all sort of followed the same premise of, there's one way to go, find the goal, and survive till you get there. Zelda felt insane in comparison. And the cool thing is that, since games have evolved to be more accessible to the player, Zelda's quest still feels daunting, maybe even more so. So it's the size, it's that groundbreaking design. There are a lot of reasons Zelda feels like such an epic adventure. And of course, one of those reasons is the presentation. Hyrule actually has topography, which is ridiculous. There are coastal shores, grasslands, mountains, deserts, each with their own enemies and characteristics. And then of course there's the music. Zelda doesn't have many songs, but the ones it does have are among the greatest, most memorable songs in gaming history. There have been a lot of Zelda games since this one, and obviously they've done a lot to refine the formula. But that's a thing, that formula, you can see it here. And when you come back to the original, you realize that today's Zelda games aren't that far removed from this one. The graphics are prettier, the worlds are bigger, the gameplay's better, but the adventure, that's one flame that burns as bright as ever in The Legend of Zelda.